amazing weather hero story with a bit of a twist. A stranger rescued a woman after her car had skidded off the road during the ice storm last week and plunged right into a pond. But this is where the story takes a turn. Tonight, that driver is telling her story only to CBS Atlanta's Michelle Marsh. Michelle.
We are just off of Park Place Boulevard in Stone Mountain. This is the pond where Greta Nelson's car ended up last week. Tonight, in her own words, Nelson tells us about the terrifying moments she spent in this cold water and about the mystery man who saved her life.
I was just taking my time driving like this. There was a lot of ice, and all of a sudden my car bumped the ice. It spun and spun, and next thing you know, I'm in the water. I heard a crash. My whole body was shaking. I was so scared. I just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. This is how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in the lake. I can't swim. How am I gonna get out of here? And the water actually went all the way to the back seat of the car.
Then, out of nowhere in the dark night, a man by the name of Joe appeared.
He says, ma'am, don't panic. I'm going to get you out. I says, how are you going to get me out? He said, I'm going to get you out. Don't worry. After I unhooked the seatbelt, he said, well, ma'am, I need to get you out. You're going to have to climb in the back. Just climb in the back. Don't be afraid. He was able to lift me up with one hand and help me. I just held on to him, and I just slid off the trunk of the car onto the snow bank. So I said, what's your name? What's your name? Please, I want to thank you. He said, just call me Joe.
And that's all Greta Nelson knows about her rescuer. She has this message for him.
I want to say to him what I was telling everybody, that he's my angel. I am so grateful. I don't know why it happened so that you saw me through your rearview mirror. I don't know why that happened, but all I can say is I'm grateful. And if I could just shake your hand or just see you again, just to let you know that you saved my life. I feel like as if you saved my life.
Yeah, and tonight we checked with police to find out if they had any further information, but the only name they have on record is Joe as well. But as you know, this isn't your average Joe. This was an amazing rescue. Joe, tonight, if you're watching, Greta would love to thank you in person. Reporting live in Gwinnett County, Michelle Marsh, CBS Atlanta News.
A woman saved by a stranger gets her wish to say thank you to her weather hero in person. We first told you about this amazing rescue last night. Greta Nelson's car slid off an icy road and right into a cold pond during our storm last week. CBS Atlanta's Jennifer Merrily is here with the reunion. Now, am I remembering right? His name was Joe?
That's right. That's about all Greta remembered, is that a man named Joe rescued her, then left when police arrived. She shared what happened on CBS Atlanta News last night, letting Joe know she wanted to meet him. Take a look at what happened within 24 hours.
Shake his hands again, give him a hug.
Greta Nelson waited anxiously to meet the man who she says saved her life.
That's my saving angel, my angel. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now I remember the face.
Up until this moment, Greta only knew him as Joe, the man who stopped during last week's ice storm when her car slid off the road and into this pond. Now she's meeting Joe Robinson's entire family. That night, Joe had just slid on the same icy patch when he looked in his rearview mirror.
I saw her just whip off the road and over this bank, and she sort of just disappeared.
And all of a sudden I heard the splash and I said, oh God, no, I'm not in the water. I'm in the water.
I kind of just going through the scenario of what I'm going to have to do. Do I have to get all the way in the water?
And then all of a sudden I heard the knock on the back of the car.
Greta was on her way home from work. Joe was on his way to work when they say the meeting the heavens set up happened.
He sent the right person. Right. God sent the right person. Just the fact that he is the kind of person he is the reason why, my life was saved.
Joe has two new nicknames now, Hero and Angel.
I don't think I'm either one, but
so humble, Joe's thankful he was able to help Greta.
That's the way I feel about it. I'm glad I could help her out, and I'm glad she's safe.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And I asked Joe if he thought twice about turning around and helping, and he immediately said no.
it was the right thing to do.
Now, does he have any training, EMT, anything like that, or did his gut just take over?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
He has been in the military, so definitely that training, I think, kicked in. He said the key in this type of situation is to keep your cool, and it's a good thing that he did, because tonight Joe learned Greta can't swim.
Oh, my gosh. Thank God he was there.
No kidding.
All right. Thanks, Jen.